Right then. So what we're going to do now is just look for some. I know there's some dead spots. I've even started drilling holes, but just to show you the bit of technique. First of all, you find your trusty hammer. Right. So we're looking for a dull sound. You see how that bounces back? You can get a bit of a hollow's fine. See, all sounding pretty tasty. This board is a bit. Now, as we get over here, you hear that sound? It's like a soft dove compared to the high bang pitch. So what we're going to do, I've drilled a couple of holes. I'm going to cut away as much dead as I can and go from there. Let's crack on. Here's the section I've cut out. So this had been dripping. Water has been coming down this window frame, along this edge, round here, down here, under this step, and plopping out there. And in here was a cross support, which was just completely rotted. The ones on either side are okay. So I just cut a little inspection hole, and then realised I need to cut a bit more. In the end, I just took it all the way to the next stringers either side. And then where that stringer had attached inside here, that piece had also rotted away where the water had got to it. So you can see where I've cut it up. So that's just single skin glass. So I've got to start off by rebuilding the back wall and then put the stringer back in. Then put a lid on it. So you can see where I've cut the ply out. Anything that was dead or a bit wet. Cut a new piece of wood, put that on top, wested that down, and then fill the whole thing with chemical expanding foam. So yeah, that's a lovely job that wasn't expected. Right, the next stage is to template this. Right. That'll do. Well, it's a new day. I was here pretty late last night because the time frame on this thing is ridiculously narrow. I have to get it done before the weekend's over. So ended up cutting out quite a bit of floor, clearing it all out. We saw we template and cut some wood, as you saw. So I've now got that cut and I've got that glassed up and bonded in. I'll talk through the glass process on the next bit. I was a bit short on time on that one. So I'll just quickly show you that. And then I think it's time to get on with a bit of electric tied up and a bit of a general boat tidy. I'm going to write a list so I can start working through it. I still want to finish the floor, finish the motor, sort the electrics, lay the new floor, service the outdrive, make a new cover. Not too much, is it? Right. So there's that new bit of stringer that's all glassed in with marine ply, all template. That's actually they've actually gone 3 layers in there, laminated up on top of each other, and then filled all the gaps with a mixture of West System and fiberglass powder, ball-ons I call it. And there's the ones that are going off. I always like to keep the old pots to make sure it goes off properly. And then it's just put some wooden noggins in just to support it. Next up is to make that cross rigger. But I just want to let that all go off for a bit before I start fiddling with it. So in the meanwhile, I can sort out all this mess. I've started working on that front hatch as well that had a bit of MDF covering it over. So I'm making up some reinforcements. All those bits are over here at the moment, and they're all been brushed in Westy System epoxy, and they're all just letting them go off. Okay, this is the resin I'm using, West System epoxy. It runs 5 to 1. So I'm just going to mix some of that up, and we'll. I've just put some extra reinforcement centres just to get a bit more strength, and then let's glass it into the boat. Right, I've got 2 things here. I've got West System mixed with ball-ons. Now that is a microfiber fiberglass, like a fiberglass powder you mix in. That's what I'm going to use to build up some of the edges. And I've got plain mixed to brush around everywhere else. Let's crack on. So all I've done here is bonded it all on. I've then gone round with a slightly lighter mix of ball-ons and just filled in any slight gaps, and then put some weights on top. Next step will be drill some holes in it and fill it with expanding foam, and then glass over. Right. This expanding foam stuff's quite volatile. I get about 2 minutes to pour it before the reaction starts. So you cannot be messing about. Hence I'm going to mix it up here in the space. Now it says that 2 kilograms will give you 2 cubic feet. I've got 5 kilograms, so 5 cubic feet. I estimate I need 3 to 4 cubic feet. So I'm going to mix 1 cup at a time, 50-50. There's 600, so 300 of each product. Mix it up, bang it in, do the next. And just see how we go, really. Wish me luck. It's almost bound to be a disaster. Right, so that's all glassed in. Happy days. Okay, well I've got one half even gel coated now. So now I have to mix up the rest of this gel coat and brush it on out. Okay, so the gel coat I've got here, I ordered up from East Coast fiberglass suppliers. You can pick any RAL from quite a few RAL colours. I went with the grey to match the grey that was already down here. Now this isn't your normal gel coat, they call it a flowcoat, and what that means is it's been mixed with some wax, because gel coat won't go off unless it's kept airtight. So normally if you're doing a hull or any kind of thing, you're spraying the gel in first and then matting over, it obviously gets no oxygen. This being a flow coat, i.e. it goes on top, they mix it with wax, so as it settles the wax rises to the top, cuts the air off and lets the gel coat go off. So this is what we've got. So I'm just brushing it over the whole layer. I've already done the bit we repaired, so I want to get a first coat on that. It's going to get another little bit of a coat, I'm going to double up over there. So work my way around the rest of the whole thing to try and make it all nice and durable and tight, watertight, instead of porous. Let's crack on before it goes off.